Hey guys, what's going on? It's your boy Fallen. Welcome back to the Sputnik Finance channel. And today I wanted to talk to you about this Bitcoin rally that it breaking close to a $40,000 range, approaching 41, rejecting, and now it's in its weird phase that it's trying to decide what it's going to be its next move. Now, for people who are not familiar, I've been extensively involved in technical analysis of cryptocurrency, including Bitcoin and other digital assets. I've been a trader, I've been an investor for the past few years very aggressively. Although, like many others, I've been aware of Bitcoin for many years. Sadly, I don't have one of those early adopter buying Bitcoin for a few dollars and some crazy story associated with it. But I want to talk to you about how I'm not 100% supportive or pro this rally. Now, I'll give you guys a reason for this. I'll give you a couple of different reasons. First reason for that, for people who have been watching the cryptocurrency markets for the past few months, we pretty much rallied since around 13,000 range to close to $40,000. Now, that's a $400 increase in price in a few months. This has outperformed any asset of 2020. It's a huge gain, and we have not pulled back. Yes, we had small $400 to $800 wick-offs, but we had not had a major sell-off. Now, for good and consistent growth for any asset, there needs to be sell-offs because companies, institutions, individuals that buy at a particular price want to sell. That's what usually causes that. People realize that this is a good price to sell. Other people or in companies, institutions, bots, etc., algorithms follow the lead either on their own incentive or due to computer configurations for automated trading. And that's the thing, is that we haven't had a true pull down. And because a lot of people are treating cryptocurrency and Bitcoin as a speculative asset right now, and it's mostly being used right now to make money for people and institutions. People are going to take profits. It's not like we're all just trying to pump up this asset and keep going for it. You might be familiar with Peter Schiff. Peter Schiff is a huge gold and traditional assets maximalist. He is a huge Bitcoin bear. He never believed in Bitcoin. But one of the things that he recently said on social media is that what's the point of Bitcoin value if nobody's ever going to sell? And that has to do with it a lot. And I don't want to be a bear. You guys might say, hey, Fallen, you missed the train. You guys might make memes out of it. But I made my profit in this rally up. I'm happy about my profits. I've taken my gains. I'm still in some positions, riding it out. But I already have very tight stops and stop losses and profit gains that I'm chasing. I'm not just buying and just closing my eyes and hoping to come back in 5 years or whatever it might be. It's a very volatile market. And that's another thing, is that there's been memes and the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency communities is that when everybody's talking about Bitcoin, this is when you sell. Because it puts in a lot of inexperienced traders, inexperienced investors into the space. Your grandma, your aunt, your mom, your dad, whatever. The last big announcement we had is PayPal allowing you to buy cryptocurrency. Now, that's not a reason for an asset to go up 400% or 300% over a span of a few months. If it would have happened in a span of a few years, that's fully understandable. Imagine if Amazon just went up 400% in a month or two. Imagine if Walmart, Target, any of the big companies would have just pumped. Do you think the investors and stakeholders would not take profits and cause a price to dip? Where is that dip in cryptocurrency space? Now, I always considered Bitcoin to be more of an S&P to the legacy markets. When Bitcoin goes up, usually a lot of other assets go up in cryptocurrency space. When Bitcoin goes down, oftentimes a cryptocurrency, other altcoins and other coins go down as well. Now, sometimes they do correlate opposite, is that people take Bitcoin profits and put it into altcoins. Now, that's 5 to 10% times that's what happens. And usually if a coin pumps, it pumps by itself. It pumps 10, 15, 20%, while others might be in a range of 3 to 5% for the day. And I'm just confused and I'm worried because if this rally keeps going and then there's going to be a huge crash, this is not good news for cryptocurrency ecosphere. This is not something that we should be proud of as cryptocurrency enthusiasts, cryptocurrency supporters, advocates, coders, programmers, gamers. This is not something that we want to demonstrate to mainstream media, to government, to whoever wants to get into cryptocurrency next, that look, it can go up $20,000 in a month, but it can also crash $30,000. This is not how you support mainstream support. I've been a huge advocate of mainstream adoption and support for cryptocurrency, like retirement funds investing into cryptocurrency, like real estate, healthcare, government, even military looking into blockchain and cryptocurrency solutions for their problems that they're facing. People and their computers and algorithms pumping up a coin is not something that is going to benefit the cryptocurrency ecosphere. In addition, right now, cryptocurrency transaction fees are huge. Bitcoin transfer fees, if you're doing it on the Bitcoin network, are close to $20 a transfer. Think about if you're just transferring $100. That's 1/5 of your transfer going to the miners. Yes, I fully support that miners should be paid because they're supporting the network, they're maintaining the network. Of course, they need to be paid. But when miners come out and say, hey, miners from 2015 to 2017 are profitable in 2020, when usually miners become absolute a few times a year, that's crazy. That's not something that I believe is going to be beneficial. Now, I strongly believe in cryptocurrency, digital assets, decentralizing the current financial economy. And that's what it's meant to be. It's not meant to make a bunch of people rich. It's not made to make institutions richer. And that's what's happening right now. Now, that yes, that cannot be avoided, but people are talking about just chasing gains right now. We haven't had a big mainstream story that has benefited cryptocurrency. Yes, we had Jamie Dimon talking and JP Morgan talking about how Bitcoin could be the next digital gold. But what does that mean? What kind of developments is that going to create? It's not like SEC, FINRA, major institutions are coming around. It's not like you can go to Chase or your other local bank and say, excuse me, Madam Banker or Mr. Banker, I would like to invest in some Bitcoin. I remember a few years ago, banks would actually shut down your checking accounts if they found out that you're involved in cryptocurrency. If they found out you were trading on cryptocurrency exchanges and you were getting deposits or making withdrawals through it. I've read stories about that. So that's the thing, is that's what I'm struggling with. I support people who are making profits. I support people who put money into last year, and do they deserve to make a return? Yes, of course. But when something is making a 400% return without any sort of true pullback, what does that do? In addition, it also creates a lot of FOMO, or fear of missing out, elements associated with it. So your grandma, your mom, your neighbor who maybe heard about Bitcoin but are not in the financial markets, they don't understand technical analysis, they don't understand risk management, they don't understand portfolio balances. They might put in $1,000, $5,000 just kind of as a YOLO thing. But what would happen to those people if they lose 50, 60, 70% of that money? Do you think they would ever come back to cryptocurrency space? Do you think they would say something positive about cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, digital assets in general? They're going to call it a Ponzi scheme. They're going to call it a bubble. They're saying that, hey, I put in money and I lost half of it. I could have put it into my retirement account, and yes, slowly it would have increased in value. This is not something that is sustainable long term. We can't just keep going up and up and up, and just the people who've been inside Bitcoin bubble keep getting richer. Once again, if you read the original white paper, it's about being a disruptor. It's breaking the status quo when it comes down to the financial systems and the foundations of the financial markets. It has to do with what has happened with the Wall Street collapse back in the day. How banks got bailed out and everybody else was left with nothing. And a lot of people were left less than nothing. And you see all these groups and individuals try to pump it up and say how amazing Bitcoin is. You need to think about what is the reasoning, why would they want to talk about Bitcoin so much? When you see people tweet 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 times a day about Bitcoin. They don't want to make other people rich. They're just trying to make their profits bigger. They're not your mom, they're not your dad, they're not your grandma, they're not your financial advisor, they have no interest or no connection to you. They would not care if you lost money or if you made money. They have no connection to you whatsoever. So when you talk about people, oh, you should buy this coin, going to make 400%, think about their motivation. What is the reasoning? Why would they want to do that? And that's where it's crazy right now. Because if you go on Twitter, Twitter and Bitcoin are exploding right now. Coinbase is one of the top apps again in the App Store. It used to be like that in 2018. And I guess that's my biggest concern, is that we're at that cycle where the cryptocurrency wave rode in 2018 to the top. And then, of course, you guys saw what happened to it. We fell over 75% in about a year. And I'm worried because it took us 2 years to recover to some good numbers, or some numbers that were profitable for miners, that traders were comfortable with. And then we have this huge rally up. But where do we go next? I've seen a lot of analysts talk about how people in cryptocurrency space right now should enjoy this rally up, because anything that goes up must come down. Now the same thing goes for legacy markets. Same thing goes for Forex. Same thing goes for commodity markets. And I'll be talking about all those markets in future videos. This is not just cryptocurrency or me trying to attack cryptocurrency. Except I have my positions. I'll be showing you guys my exchange accounts. I'll be going over technical analysis, how you should enter trades, how you should exit trades, how you should manage your portfolio, how you should manage risk. I'll be talking about all of that in upcoming videos. But I just feel like it's very appropriate to talk about this particular aspect of it, because everybody's talking about Bitcoin. And as someone truly believes in decentralizing the financial markets, this is not how you do it. When institutions continue to get richer, and yes, there's individuals that continue to make profits, and I'm not trying to make poor shame them or rich shame them or whatever, but be careful. That's my biggest concern, is that be very careful. The current markets are very volatile. We've seen $3,000, $4,000 candles in a day. And for unexperienced advisors that might buy, let's say at 40,000, they see the markets go back to 37,000, they lost about 10%, and they're like, oh no, I'm losing money, I should sell. So they bought at the top, they're selling at the bottom. They might have not, like I said, dollar cost average, and that's something I'll be talking about in the next videos. That they just threw a lump sum of money into one price. Let's say they bought it at $40,000, $1,000, and it goes down to $37,000 and roughly 10% loss. They only have $900 left. And they're like, oh no, I don't want to lose everything. I'm going to sell. If you're going to invest in cryptocurrency markets, please be very careful. And I truly mean it from the bottom of my heart. For people who've been watching my vlogging channel, who've been watching Sputnik Entertainment, I know what it's like to enter the financial markets with no knowledge, with no true understanding of the financial markets, with no true understanding of risk management and risk tolerance and position, shorting, longing, dollar cost averaging, how to most efficiently get out and get into positions. And I feel like there might be a next wave of people doing those mistakes. And that's the last thing I would want to do when people are struggling the most financially after 2020 has ended and 2021 has begun. But a lot of people are still financially struggling, and they feel like Bitcoin might be their magic answer to making money. And they might be taking their stimulus money and throwing into cryptocurrency space. And if it doesn't make you richer, it's going to make someone else richer. That's what it comes down to. That someone else buys your position. That's how trading works, is that you sell to someone else or you buy from someone else. And exchanges just work as kind of as a middleman, kind of like eBay. That if you buy a product, you buy it from someone else, you sell it, someone else buys it, they think it's a fair price to buy. That's a very simple explanation of how trading works. So if you lose money, someone might be making money out of it. And for people who are, like I said, not experienced advisors, not financial advisors, don't understand trading, don't understand investing, this might seem like a great opportunity, but it's a great risk as well. I also received a phone call from one of these online academies that are based in overseas. I don't want to mention a country because I don't want to make it seem that I'm being prejudiced towards that country, but it's one of those companies that fake their phone number. They say, "Excuse me, sir, madam, can you what do you know about cryptocurrency?" And I used to get those phone calls back in the day in 2017, 2018, trying to make you deposit into some Bitcoin exchange or Bitcoin site, and you will never be able to get your money out. I've gone through that. And I received one of these phone calls for the first time today in a very, very long time. Because a lot of people didn't want to mess around with cryptocurrency in the bear market when the cryptocurrency was trading anywhere from 3 to 8,000. They thought it was something for kids to do. Yes, $3,000 to $8,000 range is still a lot of money, but when it was at 21,000 at that point in time in its all-time highs, they thought it was a joke. But when something is worth $40,000, think about what $40,000 can do for someone. You can buy a house somewhere, or a small house, but you can buy a house. You can buy multiple cars. Some people's average annual salary in the United States is $40,000. I'm not talking about people overseas, which could be multiple years of salary. Bitcoin is crazy expensive right now. And I just want people to be careful. And that's, if you guys stuck around to this long, like I said, I'm not hating on this rush. I'm not hating on this rally. I just want people to understand my position, how dangerous this could be. And I'm not even talking about like margin trading. If you get into margin trading and having chances of being liquidated, and which a lot of liquidations are currently happening, that could be even worse for you. It's not you losing 5, 10, 20%. That is losing your whole balance if you don't fully understand how margin trading works. Once again, this is coming from someone who made those mistakes in before. I'll be going over with you guys about these mistakes. I've lost thousands, if not tens of thousands of dollars trading. Now, I don't want to make it seem like myself like I'm some crazy guru that, like I said, lost crazy amount of money and took up $100 and made it into $1 million. No. Am I a perfect trader now? No. I'm still learning, but I feel like I've learned from my mistakes and the mistakes I used to make before. And you might say, hey, maybe this is why he's being so negative, because he got wrecked before, and that's why he's being bearish. I think there's a difference between being bearish and being smart about investing and trading and risk management and portfolio allocation and position management. And like I said, I'll be talking to you guys about that in the next video. If you guys want to learn more about finance, trading, investing, e-commerce, how to make $1 online, how to save $1 online, deals, flipping, maybe we'll even get into real estate. I'm not familiar with real estate, but I'll share my knowledge as I'm learning if I find something interesting. If we find something that's connected to real estate and cryptocurrency, like there have been a few companies that were started back in the last rally, I would love to cover that for you guys. Once again, this is not supposed to be an attack on Bitcoin. This is not supposed to be me being bearish. Like I said, I'll be showing you guys my positions in the next couple of videos. I'll be definitely talking about cryptocurrency, different exchanges, because some of you guys do hit me up on social media now, ask me about some of my feedback about exchanges, trading, investing, and especially how it's tied to the political climate that is happening right now all across the world, especially everything that is going on with COVID as well. I'll be talking about all of that. So if any of that sounds interesting to you, do consider clicking that subscribe button. It lets you know when the next video drops for people who are just stopping in every once in a while. New videos come out every Tuesday and Thursday, and then Sputnik Entertainment videos are coming out Monday and Wednesday. So Tuesday and Thursday, Sputnik Finance, and Monday and Wednesday on the Sputnik Entertainment channel. Before this, it used to be all in one, but I just wanted to make a dedicated finance channel. It's inspired by people like Grant Stefan that I look up very much. He's a great finance expert. He's a great real estate agent. I've learned a lot from him. And if you haven't checked out his channel, go check it out. Tell him that Fallen sent you. Anyways, guys, I appreciate it. If you guys want to stay in touch with me, all the social media links are in the description. And I'll see you all next week. Peace.